Good evening and welcome to the July 15th meeting of the Waterboro Town Council. If everybody rides for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome. We have no public hearings this evening. Any announcements from the board? Dwayne, anything?
I have nothing.
Dave?
No, sir. Thank
Gary?
I have just one thing. I'd like to welcome my friends from North Carolina that used to live in the area and moved away 20 years ago. Ralph and Terry Savory. My wife Patty's here today just to chime in. But they just came up from North Carolina to spend 3 weeks vacation with us. And Ralph was in the fire department way back when North Station was still available, right?
you. Wow.
So, but yeah, that's it.
John, anything?
Nothing.
And I'm all set. Any additions or deletions to the agenda? We do have an appointment. Heidi Bernia, who is our tax collector.
Hello. So I have a couple of things that I wanted to bring to you guys, I guess. I don't guess. There is a couple of things that we kind of need clarification on. One of them is our lien notices and my demand fees. So when I send out my demand notices, I have to send them certified. And there are a lot of cases. I printed off this list for you to show you how much it costs me to mail it. And then the demand fee is just always $3. Mail fees are only going up. But there are a lot of cases that some people just didn't pay the interest. So it's only like $4 or $5. It's costing us more to mail it
To write it off.
than it's really worth. Obviously, we get that back because they then have to pay that money back. It just feels kind of hard for me to justify when they owed me $1 and then they owe me $15. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to bring it to you guys and see if there was a limit that you guys thought was fair to not send a demand letter for, or what we wanted to
Is this per mailing?
per mailing.
Can you do it how many times?
Just for the demand notices. And then I have to, once the liens are actually placed, I have to send them to any mortgage holders or interested parties.
So what would be the process that if somebody owed us $20 to get rid of that versus do all this?
So last year, I think we set it at $5, anything under $5. And it was less than $65 it cost us to write off.
Okay.
And I just did, so I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but I went through and ran a report of everybody that has paid since I sent out my demand letters.
Yep.
Of the 279 accounts, 57 of them, 53 of them have paid it in full. And there's a handful that have paid but didn't pay all of it. Whether it be because of interest or they didn't read my letter in full or whatever the situation is. So that's probably about 15 accounts, 20 accounts. All of that is under $45, and that's for anything under 5.
Doesn't seem like it's worth the time.
To me, it's not, but I'm not the board, so I do my job.
Do you have a recommendation for them for that dollar limit?
I would say probably 10, because if it's not worth what it costs to mail it to me, it's not worth it. Because it's not, those envelopes are expensive to buy, the certified envelopes, and then we have to pay to mail it. It's all my time stuffing, printing, labeling.
Is 10 enough, or should be more like 20? I mean, if they owe us 10 and we're spending $12.64 to, I mean,
I would think under 50, but they get a notice. I mean, you can send a notice out without mailing it.
I send postcards.
Yeah, so.
I send because we don't send a spring bill, every year, usually I do it in the beginning of May, so that gives people a couple of weeks, because, you know, the mail and whatever. So beginning to middle of May, I send out a reminder postcard, I run a report. Anyone who owes any balance on their spring taxes, I send a postcard that just says, this is just a friendly reminder that you have an outstanding balance for the town of Waterboro. Call for your balance. Some people do, some people like it, some people don't. That's in lieu of our spring mailing. Not everybody gets one. Some people pay their taxes in full in the fall, so they wouldn't get one because they don't have a balance. I think it saves us on mailing costs, because if you don't owe us any money, then you don't get one from me. And I mean, I can do a second postcard that just says, I mean, I can order a second postcard and do another mailing. It's just a report and time.
So is this the new rate? Because the rate just changed Sunday.
No, this is the rate that I mailed it at. I
Okay.
don't know, I think it went up like 10 cents, I think. Something like
It
that.
did. Oh,
10 or 6 in certifieds.
For
oh,
general,
certifieds, yeah.
I know they went up, because I saw them,
I'm not sure if it was 10 or 6.
but isn't the process even further than that? If they don't answer the certified, that you have to have civil service? No. Okay.
nope. I just have to, if they don't answer the certified, if they refuse it, if it was undelivered, I just keep it to show that I tried.
Okay.
We did our due diligence, and that's kind of, we tried to notify them.
And your mail keepers aren't doing a real good job.
Yeah, I don't work for the,
No,
I don't work
but
for
I
the
mean,
postal service.
I've seen that, so.
But I think also the cost is pretty negligible, and I can get you guys a copy of this too if you want it. This is just the outstanding balance report. It's just, it was 12 pages, and it's pretty cluttered. But the balance is under, even under 50, if that's as high as you wanna go, that's, to me, that seems high, personally.
You're
I
gonna
mean,
spend
most
some-
towns are 20, 25 bucks.
that's kind of what I was thinking, to go
Yeah.
mid-range. 20 was a good idea,
Yeah.
Yeah.
50.
And then you have other towns, I mean, I know at the conference, Lisbon was like, if you owe us a penny, we're leaning you, and I think that's
That's,
aggressive,
no.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, we won't do that.
My recommendation would be either 20 or 25.
Yeah, well, the new certified rate is gonna be 10 something,
Plus,
right?
Yeah.
So, in the demand,
And
I'm assuming stays the same at $3, whatever, but, so it's,
And we're gonna gain on the amount of time that she doesn't have to spend doing this.
yeah,
She has
Yeah.
other things to do.
yeah.
Right.
I actually agreed with Dwayne with 50. I'd written down 50. To me, that feels reasonable.
So if they owe anything, we're gonna, I guess, define the 50,
Because there's a difference
okay?
between my demand letters and a lien.
Okay,
So you can't go to lien without getting a demand letter. So,
okay.
I mean, I can send a notice for anything under 50 and not have it be a demand letter. But if you get a demand letter and you do not pay your balance, it is liened automatically. I can't,
Can't stop that.
right,
Yeah.
without the balance being paid. That's an automatic thing. So there, you can't really separate the two. I would have to
my thought of 50 is, there's probably some reason why that didn't all get paid. Because there ain't a tax bill out there that's $50. So it's either interest or loss in somewhere there. There's some type of error between the office and the landowner or whatever, so. But if you get a postcard that you still owe, that at least gives you a warning that it's there. Are
Right.
you gonna lien something for $50?
Well,
There's only 9
Somebody-
accounts that are,
so,
9
somebody,
additional accounts that are between $50 and $20
somebody
They're
make a,
unpaid.
unpaid. All the other ones are either significantly higher or like 45 cents, 50 cents, 88 cents. Most of them are like a very negligible
Yeah.
amount of just interest.
And it was probably the day of.
Yeah,
It
most of the
didn't
time
get-
it's
I mean,
just,
somewhere along the line, it didn't get calculated. The guy was, the landowner came in and paid it, and without a doubt thought he paid it all, because that's what the total was.
Right.
and most of them, if they're paying them online, if they pay them online, I send them a digital receipt that just says, here's your remaining balance, if they owe me anything at all. And 9 times out of 10, they'll say, oh my gosh, sorry, I didn't realize I didn't pay the right amount, and then they pay the rest.
Mhm.
Unless it's like 10 cents, then I'm not gonna make them pay me $1 just so they can pay me 10 cents.
Sure.
That's silly.
Well, if no one's gonna make a motion, I just,
I was just gonna say, do we wanna make a motion about this now, Dennis?
yeah,
Go ahead, Dave.
I would make the motion now. After listening to Dwayne, it makes sense to, prior to sending out demand letters, we set the rate at $50 instead of the $5 that we currently have.
You making that a motion?
I am making
I
this
will
motion.
second that.
any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
Alright.
$50.
Thank
Might
you.
have created your work.
Alright, thank you.
It actually
You know-
saves work in your time.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Use your own.
Maybe I'll
Postcards
spare
a lot
time now,
easier
huh?
than the.
I know, what am I gonna do with all that spare time? Thank you.
Any public comment? Correspondence, we do have the financial reports available. Councilman's reports. Dwayne, anything?
I don't believe I got anything.
David?
Public safety, we're meeting on Thursday this week at Friendship Park. They wanted to just look at some, safety concerns down there, so we'll be addressing that on Thursday. We're gonna do a site walk, if you will, at Friendship Park.
Gary?
Yes, Old Home Days coming right up Saturday. And just to recap some of the events, there's gonna be a live band from 6 to 9 on Saturday called 3 Hour Tour. There's gonna be a softball game from 4 to 6, first responders and family softball game. It's gonna be a cornhole tournament, 5 to 8:30 p.m. Pony rides. There's gonna be some inflatables, and I believe it's $5 a kid for a bracelet, but if they have more than 3 kids, they don't pay for the ones after that. So they're trying to be a little family friendly there. And there's a crayon bounce house that's, there's no bracelet required for that at all. There's also going to be a raffle that is very similar to the Festival of the Trees. I mentioned it before, that you can go through and pick your raffle tickets and put them in the bags that you're hopefully wanting to win. So it's, that should be a good fundraiser there. That's gonna go on all day, and that's in my lovely wife Patty's hands to handle. So, stop by and enjoy the day. It's supposed to be nice too. It's real nice.
Yep.
Yes,
Is the bike, deal gonna happen like past years?
yes, they've got,
To not leave that up,
Oh, yeah, that's right, so, yeah.
There's 40 bikes.
There's like 40 bikes so far, yeah, so,
Nice.
yeah, it's going well. Yeah, we have good 10 people now on the committee, which is good. Yeah, we're able to build that up. That's it?
Anything else, Gary?
Nope, that's it.
John? Nope. I'm all set, so, town manager.
I only have a few things for you where I was out last week, but no new update from Ben McCall regarding the ongoing Secocas Trail issue. I did have a conversation with the county manager, Greg Zinser, last week. I sent a copy to you in your inbox or your shared folder for your review. Potential changes for the contract language for the contract deputies. If you get a chance to look at that, any feedback or thoughts, then I can send it off to them to review.
Did you get
I also emailed it too. but-
Did you get your Freedom of Information request back from,
School does not pay for a cruiser.
yeah,
There's no
the sheriff
cost.
stood here and said that they did.
Correct.
So,
In the proposed contract, my suggestion was is that we offer to do one car, and they provided one car for us.
okay.
That was my conversation I had with them too. Reminder, Public Works garage bids are due on July 18th. I believe we may have 3 bids coming in. We originally had a conversation about meeting on the 22nd for workshop. However, we'd like to move that to, we'll have the meeting on the 22nd, Public Safety Committee workshop, but have another workshop on Monday, the 28th, potentially starting at 4 o'clock, if you guys can do that.
That could be,
28?
The 28th, Monday the 28th, and we can post that, I'll have Laura post it beforehand if we can
What's it
confirm.
called, I'm sorry?
Workshop on the 28th,
I know for what, workshop on
the Public Works garage.
what?
I can't be here right at 4, but if we have enough, I'll be as soon to 4
Okay.
o'clock as I can.
And as soon as we can confirm that, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
We have posted the 2013 ambulance on Municipal. It's posted for 2 weeks. We have our preliminary meeting with the HVAC contractors here on August 21st, looking at the options for Town Hall.
August 21st,
I'm sorry.
July.
July
Thank you.
21st. Yeah. So good for you now? Good.
Okay,
I
Anything else?
will say that Matt, the Public Works Director, has done a pretty good job keeping this building on the cooler side than without any air conditioning at all running here. They've done quite well to get what they've got here to, this really ain't all that bad here.
Yeah, and for the listening public, we lost
Yeah.
our AC system for the whole building.
Yeah.
It was, how old, Matt? 2001?
When the building was constructed in 2001.
And so we have to come up with another system.
anything else? All right, let's go on to new business. Discuss vote on the status of the transfer station committee, recycling committee, or transfer station recycling committee, and parks committee. So what's your pleasure then?
I would say just leave it the way it is. We haven't got committees at this point. Leave it without a committee. If we find that we need one, then we can appoint one.
I would agree.
We haven't had
agree.
anybody that's come forward and begging to get on these committees, and
Mm-hmm.
they haven't worked in the last couple of years, so. Trying to get a dead horse to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we no longer have a transfer station, recycling committee, and a parks committee.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Let's refresh the liaison, council liaison committees. And there's only a handful now, right?
Yeah.
So if we can bring it back next meeting with
Okay.
those committees, and we'll take a shot at that. Okay, whole business, discuss regarding the Community Garden Committee. David?
I'll start. So, at the last meeting, as you all know, I had made the motion to eliminate the garden committee. I have since had a change of heart, if you will, on that, after discussing the ramifications that come with that. So, with that, I'm asking that we consider that the town provides not just funds, but email communications, the land and water. So we have an investment in the committee itself, not to mention all the good things that they do for the town. So with that, I would,
Make it down a motion? Or do we?
we're in discussion right now, but yeah. I would ask that the council consider reinstating, if that's the correct terminology, the garden committee to the same as it was prior to me making that motion. So, long story short, I made a mistake, and I'd like to correct it.
Dennis, can he just rescind his motion from the last meeting, seeing that we haven't approved the minutes yet?
Ken, but we gotta have, there was more to that motion than just the
Yeah.
garden
Oh,
was,
okay.
so,
All right.
That's
Um,
right.
There was multiple,
Yeah, okay,
right.
On that one.
just a thought.
Right.
So you just need another motion.
I'll make a motion to keep the Community Garden Committee.
I'll second that. Is there another one, or is that it?
That's all that we're talking about.
Okay, you got a second.
Reinstitute. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. Discuss vote to accept the minutes of the July 1st meeting.
Dennis, can I
Yeah.
ask a question?
Yeah.
How could we avoid making the misstep that we made? What can either the committee do or the town councilors do to avoid, it seemed that there was a disconnect between what was going on and what you thought was
Yeah,
going on.
and that's exactly, and I'm glad you brought that up, I should have brought that up. I've talked with Bridget, who's here tonight. There is a lack of communication between both my part and the garden committee. So moving forward, that's gonna be changing up. It's hard for me to attend their meetings as their liaison because of the times.
Sure.
I'm working during the day, so they're gonna be sending me their minutes from each meeting,
Okay.
and then Bridget and I'll be in better communication. The committee itself is like, for lack of better terms, it's a well-oiled machine.
Sure.
And I felt uninvolved, and the reason I made that motion was because the town really has, I mean, we have a vested interest, but as far as involvement in the committee itself, they're pretty self-sustaining.
So and your solution is one that I thought might work. Committees that I'm involved with, unfortunately, like the budget committee, we have Laura there, so we know you guys are gonna get the agenda and the minutes. I don't know whether you see the board of trustees from the library's agenda or minutes, but would a possible solution be obviously sending you the minutes, but sending you the agenda, so you see what's going on with these committees?
I agree.
absolutely.
Well,
Yep.
the library, Dave, the library board of trustees is on the website, right?
They include me with the agendas as well in the
Yeah.
meeting minutes.
Yeah, I know they're in a book in the vault, is that what?
Right.
So whatever it may be, just, you know.
Yeah, and may I add something? When I was on committees earlier, when I lived here in the past, the liaison was part of the town's email address of the, like, trustees at Waterboro, garden at Waterboro. And I didn't realize you were not getting
Right.
those emails. It was, something has changed along the way. So my presumption was that you were seeing them. And that's one of the ways that the disconnect happened, so
Right.
that.
But I think we've crossed that bridge now,
Yep.
we can get it corrected and amended, so that, you know, I can be more involved. And again, it's just when I made that motion, I explained my reasons why, and it's kind of like buyer's remorse. Sometimes you buy a vehicle and you're like, man, the next morning, what did I do? So, that's where I'm at.
So the rationale behind all of this was the charter changed.
Right.
And the previous charter had a list of all the committees, right? So we decided that we had to attack some of those committees or eliminate some of those committees as the point of order. So, and that's kind of how we got here. So, we saved the Public Safety Committee,
Correct.
Garden Committee. So, the Library Board of Trustees is in the charter, right? The Planning Board is in the charter, so, we'll go from there.
There's another comment.
I just wanted to answer this gentleman's question. I'm the secretary for the garden committee. And once we approve our meeting minutes, they are sent to Dave Lowe to post on the website.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Well, I found out what happened. There was nothing there for 2025. I send them all the time. I send them every month. The problem is that the town changed their email address, so instead of waterboro-me.gov, it went to Waterboro Maine, and it was updated in the Garden app for all the members and for the committee, for the 2 separate emails we have. And my computer was picking up the old address, so everything went to Dave, but he never got it.
Yep.
So he has gotten all the updated, meeting minutes. Those go out, every month, about within a week after our meeting, and Dave will start adding you to that list. But they were, up until then, they're all available on the website. You could go on the website and go look at all the garden meetings.
Not last night.
It's a little tricky to find them.
Yeah, okay.
Because of the way you have to go find them, but if you double,
You gotta take a couple of
if you
different
click on
ways.
it twice,
Yeah.
you'll get there, and then there's minutes and agenda.
Okay? Anything else? If not, we'll move on to other, discuss, vote to accept the minutes of the July 1st, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Pending decisions, Matt's gonna tickle the planning board to see if they've got a response to the AR zone change request that Steve Everett made. They're all set with the week's action list. If we have any agenda items, let me know. We have nothing needing signature tonight,
Nope.
right? So I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor? Good night.
In the conference room, there's a chair that's for the round.
Yeah, and the Hawaiian side.
Yeah.